They're pulling back. The big money, the LPs who once flooded top funds with cash, now, many of them are stepping away. This isn't some random hiccup or a brief market mood swing. It's shaking the very core of venture capital, and if it hits close to home, it's because the ground beneath has been shifting for longer than most want to admit. You feel it every time you try to raise or watch deals slow down. You remember a few years ago when the checks landed fast and heavy, like clockwork. Now, there's hesitation in every conversation, a quiet doubt behind firm voices. Those LPs, the ones supposed to be the unwavering bedrock, are questioning why they should still back the traditional powerhouses. It's not just about returns anymore. Those numbers have always danced around expectations, but about trust, about belief, about the narrative of where the future really lies. The world they're reacting to is different. Those LPs see it clearly. The old rules of VC aren't working like they used to. Big funds feel slower, heavier, more out of sync with what innovation truly demands. And LPs, they're starting to pull their capital out, not quietly, but because they're scared of losing their place in something that used to feel safe. They're scared of being caught on the wrong side of history, backing giants built on yesterday's ideas while the real game is happening elsewhere. And when those LPs get scared, it's not just a shift in cash, it's a signal. The system built on scale, on gold star brands, and safe bets is cracking. The truth? The best ideas aren't coming from the middle anymore. They're being born on the edges, in lean, hungry teams that dodge the spotlight. LPs are tired of funds lumbering with bureaucracy, losing their edge, and dragging behind the innovators who refuse to sit still. This moment feels like betrayal because it's the very foundation that made your path possible that's turning cold. But to stop and panic would be missing the opportunity staring right in the face. The funds that crumble will do so because they cling to old glory rather than evolve. Meanwhile, the funds that seize this moment will rewrite the playbook. They're the ones who hustle, who reinvent, who don't ask for permission from the gatekeepers or wait for someone else to shape the future. So why exactly are LPs pulling out? It's because they want more than just capital preservation. They want to be part of something that moves fast and actually builds the future. They want passion and agility over titles and legacy. They want alignment, not just a good-looking pitch deck. They're reading the signs, the fund that can't rethink its structure, its approach, its mindset, simply won't survive. They hear that story every day, the startup that moved fast, survived chaos, and smashed expectations without waiting for the big guns to validate it. They're hungry for authenticity, for revolutionary thinking, for fund managers who are more builders than bankers. They want to back people who don't just talk about disruption, but figure out how to live it in every decision. What exactly can be done? First, stop behaving like a factory pumping out the usual. Drop the scripted slides and rehearsed lines. LPs see through that nonsense. Instead, lead with what's real. Your failures, your learnings, your vision for the edge where most aren't looking. Don't be safe, be daring. Show LPs that backing you means a front row seat to innovation, not a ticket to slow decay. LPs want to see you think like the founders you invest in, not just like fund managers. That means understanding risk differently. It means embracing the fact that sometimes hitting big means failing fast and moving on. That mindset doesn't fit in rows of past deal charts, but lives in rapid iterations and bold bets on overlooked markets or radically new technologies. Second, rewrite how you engage with LPs. They want more than quarterly reports and performance graphs. They want a story, a partnership, a shared mission. Invite them into the trenches. Make them co-creators of the journey, not just check writers. Transparency isn't optional anymore. It's the new currency of trust. Tell them the hard truth. Share what keeps you awake at night, but also what powers your fire. Think about the funds that thrive right now, the ones agile enough to pivot on a dime, the funds that make LPs feel like participants in something rare, raw, and real. They leverage technology, community, and culture like weapons. They're not dams against change. They are the flood itself. Third, question every assumption about your fund's structure. Are the classic 10-year fund cycles still relevant, or are they shackles? The world moves faster than a decade now, and LPs know that. Innovative fund models, rolling funds, and treasuries aligned with rapid value creation aren't just trends, they're lifelines. Funds that grasp this shift gain trust because they understand LPs aren't just looking for good returns, they want liquidity, flexibility, real-time involvement. Last, and maybe most critical, own your individuality. The exact thing that this moment demands is a rebellion against uniformity. LPs are pulling out of the top funds because those funds stopped thinking for themselves, stopped challenging the system, and became predictable. Stop trying to fit the mold that decades of venture have forced on you. Embrace your edge, your unique insight, your distinct advantage. Show the few LPs left watching that you're the antidote to the same old, same old. There's no easy fix here. This isn't about quick hacks or surface tweaks. This is about transformation, about rebuilding the relationship between funds and LPs on a foundation that honors real risk, real values, and real vision. The LPs pulling out are not just running from failure, they're running towards something better. The question is, are you ready to be that something better? To be the fund that LPs can't ignore, the fund that represents the future instead of the past? This is a moment to stop clinging to what always was and start building what must be. To dare to be different in a world that rewards sameness. To burn the rulebook that says funds must behave like machines and instead act like creators, rebels, and believers in a future that you will shape. LPs pulling out isn't a threat. It's a loud call. To those who can hear it, it's an invitation to rewrite the narrative, to lead the charge, to be more than a fund to be backed, but a force to be reckoned with. Imagine the power of having LPs who aren't just investors but champions, who believe in the struggle as much as the win, who see your fire and match it with theirs. That's where trust will be reborn. That's how capital will flow again. Not by accident, but because you earned it. Not by promise, but by proof. So right now, with every second ticking by while the old world shakes and trembles, there's a chance. To rise or fade. To hold or lead. To watch LPs walk away or have them run toward you because they know, deep down, you're the spark that ignites what's next. And you? You don't play it safe. You don't wait for permission. You don't settle for comfortable. You step into the fire, knowing that with every challenge, you're closer to becoming exactly what the future demands. Because when LPs pull out of top funds, they're not leaving money on the table. They're searching for the rare few who burn brighter, move faster, and build not just bigger, but forever different. Do not blink. Do not hesitate. This moment isn't waiting for anyone. It's waiting for those who act.